On December the 8th, 2009, the Habtoor Grand Hotel in Dubai hosted the Middle East pre-launch unveiling of Bentley Motors' new flagship model, the Bentley Mulsanne. The Mulsanne's appearance in Dubai was the first time the car had been seen by members of the press since its surprise unveiling in August 2009 at the Pebble Beach Concours d'Elegance in Monterey, California. Previous media coverage and magazine articles failed to convey how stunning the Mulsanne really is in the metal. Car Talk was able to catch up with Bentley Motors' Chris Buxton, Regional Director Middle East, Africa and India, and get his views on the Mulsanne and its forthcoming launch in the region.
It's our new flagship car. It's been built probably with no compromise. So I'll give you a few examples of that in a second. It's what we say the true pinnacle of British motoring. So in terms of positioning wise, it's our flagship. Price wise, about 1.4 to 1.5 million dirhams. It only arrives in terms of customer cars late Q3 next year, so September, October. But I said no compromise a second ago, and a couple of examples would be the front wing. If you look at it, there's very different forms and angles to that wing. You can't do that with normal car press techniques. So it's a sheet of aluminium, heated to 500 degrees centigrade, and then forced in with compressed air to a mould. And that gives you the different lines and forms that you see there. In terms of inside the car, from the outside and inside, it's quite a traditional looking car. Maybe not so much on the outside, because it's just meant to be a driver's car like all Bentleys are. Inside you see a lovely dash, but it doesn't look very high tech like you get a lot of cars now. But behind it is absolute state of the art. 3D graphics on the sat-nav, which you'll see there's a screen that comes up. You've got a 60 gig hard drive, of which 20 gig is yours as the driver, and you can put whatever you want into that. You've got a drawer that comes out, and for me, the first time anyone's put a drawer for your phone, because phones end up thrown up all around the car. So you've got a USB port, an iPhone, iPod, BlackBerry, camera, you care to mention it. It's been designed and built to be driven, or you can be driven by someone. We're lucky in this region that we've got a very strong database and customer following for the big Bentleys. So a lot of people who had our Nage, Azure or Brooklands have automatically said, I want a new Mulsanne. A lot of people, what surprised me, in one of our markets in Qatar, the dealer said because our Nage wasn't the latest technology, a lot of people went to Flying Spur, which is the latest technology. But now he says, because this is obviously moved forward 2 or 3 more steps, they'll move straight into a Mulsanne. We're forward sold next year and into 2011, and it's not our volume car. Because of where it sits in the market, it will always be a low volume, but a very high-end exclusive car.
Bentley's world-renowned craftsmanship and attention to detail was on display, with senior technicians from the factory on hand to demonstrate that the marque's traditional values were very much part of the new Mulsanne. Cars from this iconic British brand have always had a unique interior architecture. Robin Page, head of interior design at Bentley Motors, was on hand to provide an insight into what his ethos and inspirations were when designing the unique interior of the new Mulsanne.
When Volkswagen took over in 1998, we started work on the Continental GT, and I was the designer of the Continental GT interior, and from there the GTC and the Flying Spur interiors. And then lately, obviously, we've been involved in the new Bentley Mulsanne, which we're all very proud of. And for us, that's a really pinnacle interior for Bentley. The Bentley heritage, it's incredibly important. I mean, when we sit down and start sketching, the main thing we focus on is capturing Britishness. The Bentley heritage, we take a very good look at our Bentley heritage, and then also look at influences of craftsmanship. I mean, we've got an incredible history of craftsmanship, and the people in the factory are obviously very, very experienced. But we always put a modern twist as well of what's going on in other industries. For example, architecture for mood lighting, furniture design, modern furniture design, and also jewellery design. So all those combined with our craftsmanship and our heritage gives us that kind of modern Bentley feel. When you get to this kind of pedigree of car, what's really important is the hand craftsmanship that goes into the cars. Also the design, it's a very important piece that the design is correct, is modern, but reflects our heritage. And that's really what people are buying into. Obviously the performance and the reliability and the quality is all there, but it's that extra kind of design language and craftsmanship that's really important.
Having now seen the Mulsanne and had time to study the car in detail, you can't help but be impressed. The car is quite simply stunning. All we need to do now is drive it. If it performs half as good as it looks, then Bentley have produced a thoroughbred winner.